Bottom line, low canteen, hot take.
All right, AFC North. What you got, Canteen? Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati. What kind of wild take, Jake? Wild take do you have, Ken?
Hey man, so I think with AFC North, man, I'm gonna go Baltimore. 13-4. Baltimore wins 13 games. They lose 4. I'm gonna go the Bengals 11-6.
Okay.
The Bengals. I'm gonna go 10-7 with the Steelers. I think the Steelers are gonna. Wow. But listen what I'm saying.
Win for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Too bad.
Here's
Canteen's like Oprah. You get a car. You get a car. Everybody gets a car.
Here's what I want you guys to understand: the Steelers have never had a losing season.
Okay, but
doesn't matter if it's 10 wins, 9. They've been above 500 football.
Oh
for
man!
For as long as Mike Tomlin has had his tenure there. Wow. Then I'm gonna go 9-8 with the Browns. 9-8 with the Browns.
Wow, another competitive division. Wow.
Wait, is that 4 teams over 9 wins?
4 teams again over 9 wins.
Over 9 wins, yeah.
He didn't learn from your last class.
Yeah, team, that's not possible. I'm trying to tell you, you can't just give everybody 9 wins.
That's just my that's my projection, Flo.
Oh my God!
All right. Here, we'll compare. We'll make comparisons.
I know, I get it. Look, hey, I love it. I love you just going with your heart. But I just want you to know, mathematically, it's just not possible because there's only a certain. I love you. It doesn't matter. It's all good.
Hey, Jake, you over there laughing? Okay, Jake, keep laughing. I was gonna spare your ass. Keep laughing, Jake.
It's all good. I apologize. I do agree with Ken on one thing. Baltimore is going to be awesome again. 12-5. They added Derrick Henry. Everybody says he's too old. I don't believe so. He's still got miles.
He still got it.
I just see him playing.
Wow.
I saw him play at Nissan Stadium twice last year. He still got it. He's going to help Baltimore. I believe that, although they did lose Patrick Queen, who was the best defender on their team to their division rival, the Steelers, I still think they will be.
That's a big loss.
It is a big loss.
Okay.
It's a huge loss. He changed their whole defense around last year. I do agree with Ken with Cincinnati, 11-6. The Joe Burrow reinvention tour with the blonde hair and not getting injured, hopefully. They still got a really good offensive line there. They've got the weapons. They did lose Joe Mixon, but they're saying that, Chase Brown is a highly looked at young prospect. So we'll see what happens there. Cleveland, 8-9. I just can't trust Deshaun Watson. We haven't seen it since Houston. Yeah, you got Amari Cooper. You're hoping Nick Chubb can come back healthy, although he had that horrible broken leg last year. The defense is always going to be amazing there, led by Myles Garrett. I think they're just always going to be around a 500 team, so I'll say 8-9. And then finally, Ken, you're right. Pittsburgh has not had a losing season in forever, as they say in the Sandlot. But I have to say, sometimes everything good has to come to an end, right? Nothing lasts forever is how they say. If you remember quoting Outkast, nothing lasts forever.
Ooh, Outkast.
But a human eye. 6-11. 6-11 and in 4th place. Russell Wilson and Justin Fields collaborate for one of the horriblest Pittsburgh seasons of all time. They don't have Deontay Johnson. All they have is George Pickens.
George Pickens.
What if they get Ayuk?
He's not a proven number one. He's not a proven number one.
No. Pickens ain't. He's not a proven number one. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Now shout out T.J. Watt, the stat leader. We already talked about him a couple weeks ago. Shout out.
Okay.
All right, I'll go mine.
All right, Jake. Wow. So go ahead.
Well, Pittsburgh, we'll start with them. Okay. I don't know if y'all been watching the preseason, but boy, does Russ and Justin Fields really telling you, hey, who wants to be the starter? Because they both suck. Pretty much. It's embarrassing to watch. 5-12.
That's our old line, though, Jake.
Huh? And it doesn't help. It definitely doesn't help.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's not necessarily
last year, you hold the ball too damn long. Good luck.
So no more Super Bowl goals with Russ?
We'll see you later. Russ. We got both. Put a bow on it.
No more Super Bowl
As
goals.
I was saying, Cleveland will now have a pushback.
What did you get Pittsburgh, though? I missed your Pittsburgh.
5-12.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead. Next.
Cleveland goes 7-10. They fall back. This will be the year they finally acknowledge that they made the worst contract deal ever with Deshaun Watson. They will acknowledge it.
Yes, they did. I agree with that.
Okay.
This is the hard part. I think both teams go 12-5. I think Cincinnati and Baltimore go 12-5. Here's the key, though.
Okay,
I think the only bad thing that happens to Cincinnati is for some damn reason the Browns and the Steelers always match up against Cincinnati well. And the only reason Baltimore takes first place is because Cincinnati will have more division losses in those 5 losses than the Ravens will. So that's the only reason Baltimore will have the number 1 seed in that division. Other than that, hey, I get it. Derrick Henry's back, whatever. Lamar, you still have to show me something this year. And I don't think you will when playoffs start.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, you really got to get a light bill paid. If you need me to send you money, I will.
Wow. Yeah, Ken's the only one that I guess we're all picking either Baltimore or Cincinnati, it looks like, which kind of makes sense here. I'm gonna go. This is gonna be Cincinnati's. Of course, all this barring injury, of course. This is gonna be Cincinnati's year. Just like last year, I think was the Bills' window was closing. This is Cincinnati's. The window's gonna close right now. Start to close after this year because they've got a Jamar Chase. He's also holding out. No one's really talking about that for more money. And they're not gonna be able to pay. What's the other receiver's name?
He'll be paid before the season.
But the other receiver, what's the other receiver's name?
T. Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins. You're not gonna be able to keep him next year, even if he plays this year.
I've never worried about his players.
And then that Joe Burrow, contract starting to, it's still pretty expensive. This is the year where they have everybody. They're gonna have pretty much all their offense. I think they're gonna be 12-5. I think they'll still struggle a little bit because last year defensively they were last in yards allowed, so they're gonna give up a lot of yards, and so I think that's gonna be tough on them. But I still think they got enough on the offense to make it happen. And this is kind of their year to try and make a run. So I'm going to go Cleveland 12-5. I'm going to go Baltimore 11-6. Baltimore 11-6. I don't know if I trust Lamar yet. He comes off his MVP years.
I mean, if you ain't trusted him by now, you ain't never going to trust him.
Well, I don't trust him as a passer. I mean, he's not a very good passer. I mean, and he's slimmed down, so he might get hurt more. And you mentioned Patrick Queen leaving, but they also lost Geno Stone, and so those are 2 big losses. Let's see what happens. The concern is also Lamar's offensive line; they're not that good, and we'll see what happens. That's not going to bode well for their new running back that supposedly is still good. And so I think that they're going to take a little bit of a step back. I still think they're a playoff team, but I think they're going to go 11-6. And I'm gonna say Cleveland's gonna surprise some people. I think Deshaun Watson's gonna play well this year, and they got a great defense, an awesome defense. They're gonna keep him in the games, and I think Deshaun Watson's gonna get back into somewhat form. They're gonna be 9-8. They may make the playoffs depending on how it all pans out. So they'll be 9-8. And I think Pittsburgh, this is gonna be their first season, even though in Russ we trust. I think they're going to be 8-9 just because the team around them is not good. Like you said, they don't have a true number 1 wide receiver. Their offensive line is not good, very good at all. And the last, 3 or 4 years, the 2 quarterbacks that have gotten sacked the most are these 2 quarterbacks, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, have been the most sacked quarterbacks of the last 2-3 years. So without a good offensive line, that's going to continue. And so they're going to struggle. They may even be 7-10, but I'm going to give them 8-9 just because it's, Mike Tomlin.
Cincinnati, Joe Burrow is the only quarterback that owns Patrick Mahomes.
Kinda.
No, there's no kind of. He's 3-1 against him.
They lost the last time in the playoffs.
That's fine, and they lost not because of Joe Burrow. That was because that idiot linebacker.
And the one time they beat him in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. That was a really tight game. So it wasn't.
So hold on, Burrow did the same thing to him as well. He beat him in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, but when's the last time they went to the Super Bowl?
That's fine. He's been hurt.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. Every year since the Super Bowl that he's been hurt? Every year?
He just went to the Super Bowl the year before last.
Bottom line, Flow, Canteen, Hot Take, Jake, and O.